What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. Today I'm very excited to check out Are You Afraid of the Dark? The game from Cardinal. This is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 plus. It'll take you about 15 to 25 minutes to play. And in Are You Afraid of the Dark? You are going to be going around on super crazy missions, rolling die. But it's not just a roll and move game. There's actually a little bit of push your luck involved in this game. It's an old 90s retro game. Is it good though? I don't know. Let's open it up, check it out. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The game. So first and foremost, we got our handy dandy rule sheet. It's 1 page, double-sided, black and white, and it's pretty well done. It does leave one glaring question that's never been answered out there, but other than that, it's a very simple game, and this will teach you pretty well. So next, what are you going to do in this game? You're going to have this sheet of paper in front of you, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to level up your knowledge, courage, strength, evidence, witness, and luck all the way up to 6, and then head back to the campfire. If you can be the first person to do that, you're going to win the game. Along the way, though, you're going to be requiring various different tools, going on secret passages, potentially getting bumped into the pit, and doing a lot of push your luck die roll, and a lot of tedious die roll, which I'll get into in a minute. So we'll go over the components, then we'll get a little bit into the gameplay. So everybody's going to get their own unique pawn, which pretty no-frills pawn that you're going to be moving around the board to illustrate yourself. You're going to have a standard D6 die, but they're also going to give you 2 stickers, a white star sticker and a black star sticker that you can put on there, which you're going to do various different things. And I'll get to those right now, in fact. Black star sticker means you stink. You've lost your turn, completely lost your turn, 99% of the time. This means you've lost your turn. You put back any tools you get. You don't get to move. You don't pass go. Don't collect $200. This is a bad sticker to see. The white star sticker, on the other hand, normally means 99% of the time means that you're going to acquire a tool card. And then you'll go ahead, and so let's just say we picked up the flashlight. We'd mark on the flashlight to signify that we have a flashlight, and then we continue to roll and go about our merry way. As you can see, the tool card's pretty self-explanatory. They got exactly what is written on them, and you mark it off, and then you put it back on the bottom of the pile so someone else can eventually get it. Now, why do you need those tools? You need those tools because what's going to happen sometimes is you're going to land on these green spots right here, which are called secret passages. So when you land on a secret passage card, you're going to draw a secret passage card, and you can read it out loud if you want to get into the theme of the game, but generally they'll have a destination, what is required of you, and a certain bonus that you can get. So this one says you're going to go to Dr. Vink's cottage. So if you have the password to get into Dr. Vink's cottage, then you are going to acquire 2 evidence bonus points in addition to what you would already get there. So let's see, Dr. Vink's cottage, where is it? Of course, it's going to be up here where I can't find it. Dr. Vink's cottage. So normally, if you rolled at least a 3 there, you would get 3 knowledge. You get to add to your knowledge pool right here. However, if you got that secret passage card and did that, you would get an additional 2 into whatever else it was evidence or something like that. So generally, the secret passage cards are pretty good. Some of them are bad, though, and they will have a skull on them. And in most cases, skulls are normally bad. When it has a skull, you end up going to the pit, which does kind of stink, because on your turn, all you're going to do is roll a die. And I rolled a 4. Guess what? I don't get out of the pit. You have to roll until you get a star. So that's 2 wasted turns, 3 wasted turns. Oh, I finally got out of the pit. That's one of the few times that getting a black star is actually good. And then I'd get out of the pit and go about on my merry way. So let's go over how the game is played a little bit. So when you first start the game, you're going to go down this list right here. You start at knowledge, roll the die, so I'd have a 2 in knowledge. Next, I would get 1 tool. I'd mark off whatever it is, and I'd roll again. I would now have a 4 in courage. I'd have another tool. I would have a 0 in strength. I would have another tool. I would have a 1 in evidence, and as you can see, you'd fill all of these in. So, as I mentioned, you're trying to get to 6 in all these. Next, once everyone has done that, you're going to start rolling the die. So let's just pretend the red guy is going to go first. He rolls the die, and he gets a 2. So he can be content with his 2 and just move 2 spaces, or he can push his luck and roll it again. So he got another 2, so now he can move up to 4 spaces. So he might go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get on the secret passage, or go over to the Watching Woods. We're just going to pretend he's going to go over to the Watcher's Wood right here. So he is in the Watcher's Wood. He's going to try and roll at least a 4. If he can do that, he's going to get 4 luck. He did not. He only got a 3. That stinks to be him. His turn is over. Now, next time he rolls, he might be able to get another 4, but that would be the end of his turn. End of his turn. End of his turn. End of his turn. There, he finally, 4 or 5 turns later, is going to be able to acquire 4 points of luck. He would add it to his score sheet right here, and that might give him the 6 he needs, which means he can now focus on the other 5 categories, and he would continue to move around. Now, let's just say the blue guy is going to go. So he'd have a 1, and he'd say, I'm going to push my luck, and then he'd get a star, so he'd still get a tool. And then he'd get a 3, so now he'd be up to 4. But then he gets a black. What does that mean? That means he loses his tool he just acquired, so he'd need to erase it, and he doesn't get to move at all. The black ones are really, really bad. Occasionally what will also happen, and some people will make it happen, is that I might be here and blue might land on me. That knocks me into the pit, which stinks because, as you mentioned, you have to roll a star. So that time I got lucky, but this time there's 1 turn. Well, that's a bad example. But needless to say, I got out of the pit pretty quickly that time. So you're going to continue to go around the board, trying to acquire 6 in all of these categories right here, and be the first person to return to the campfire. If you can do that, you will be the winner of Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game from Cardinal? What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros and let's go over the cons. First, on the pros side, the game has not just roll and move. It does have a push your luck mechanism. So there actually is a little bit of gaminess in this game. Oh, do I push my luck? Do I not push my luck? So that's kind of nice. Also, it is based on a beloved childhood franchise, the Are You Afraid of the Dark franchise, which, I was a big fan of that when I was a kid. I used to watch it and be scared on Snick, and I loved it. So I was very excited because of that. Also, it uses like real little locations from the different stories that they told throughout the series, so that's kind of neat, I guess. If you ever were in a survival situation, like there's a lot of cardboard here, so it'd probably make pretty decent kindling. The rule booklet is just 1 page, so it's not too hard to figure out, and that's what we got. Moving on to the cons. Where to begin? Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game? This is a big pile. Oh crap, it's terrible. It's really bad. It's not broken, which I guess is, better than being broken, but this is just a bad game. Let me start with the biggest fault of this game, and that is the fact that you have to roll specific numbers. I hate that mechanic in 99% of games. And this game is particularly bad because it'll be like, oh, you need at least a 4, or you need to roll this or that. And so you'll be like, it'll come to your turn and be like, yeah, I'm going to have fun, super fun turn. It's like, oh, black star. No, I didn't do anything. The next turn will be like, oh, I need a 4, I need a 4. And it'll be like, oh, there's a 3, a 1, a star. Now, this is all different turns. So you take your turn, everybody else takes their turn, you take your turn, everybody else takes their turn, you take your turn, everybody else takes your turn, you take your turn, everybody else takes your turn, and you're just continuing to roll for one specific number. Yes, now you do have the option, unless you're in the pit, to go somewhere else, but that just seems counterproductive. You're already at the location. Just give me the stinking evidence, or whatever the heck it is you're trying to roll for. The mechanic is bad. And the pit, don't even get me started on the pit. I hate the pit. The pit is so bad. Now, here's my thing with this. So, in this game, you can push your luck, you can roll, and move as many spaces as you want. You can essentially move 50 spaces if you just got really lucky and continued to roll 4s. But the thing is, that also means that if someone has like a 10 or a 12, chances are they could probably bump whoever they want into the pit. And once you're bumped in the pit, you just hate life. Because then you have to roll a star and you're just stuck. And maybe you were on your way to do something big that'll help you win the game, but instead you get bumped in the pit. And it's just, this game is bad. God, it's so bad. So I picked this up. I picked it up, I think, for like a quarter, and I was just like, nostalgia. This is another con I have with this game. It's like, I love Are You Afraid of the Dark? This is going to be great. And I opened it, and I was like, I don't know who the hell any of these characters are. The kid on the box, any of these locations. None of those stories resonated with me as an adult. I'm not like, oh man, I remember Mr. Sneed's Candy Shop. That was the best episode ever. No, they're just random locations on a random board in a random crappy 90s game that Cardinal pumped out to try and make a little bit of money. And that's pretty much what this game is. A big pile of crap. So Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game? If you're sitting in a thrift shop wondering, man, should I pick this bad boy up? God, no! If you're a fan, a big, big fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark, no, don't do it. It's just a bad, bad game. So that is Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game. For more reviews and previews, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below, and in the comments below, let me know, did you watch Are You Afraid of the Dark when you were a kid? Did you have Nickelodeon, or were you a poor kid who had the basic 5? I had the basic 5. But then eventually I did get Nickelodeon. And we got this, and I watched this, and it was on Snick, and it was awesome, it was scary, and I used to watch it by myself and eat Cheeto Puffs because I was a fat kid, and it was great! God, let's review something better. That was a review for Are You Afraid of the Dark, the game. Oh my goodness. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner.